The mind's influence on a man's body. How overthinking kills the mood. The first question came from a listener with the initials TS. He expressed concern about overthinking during sex with women. I get too lost in my own head with women. I think too much about staying hard during sex, and it sometimes causes me to lose my erection. I'm only 24, and I can't imagine having a disease that would cause me to have erectile dysfunction this early in life. I'm not having problems finding partners to have sex with, but I overthink the sex part because I want women to think well of my performance. I've already lost my hard-on with 2 separate women, and I don't want this to happen again. Unfortunately, this issue is quite common. A man's erectile hardness is not a fixed state. It's a dynamic variable that changes depending on a number of factors, including stress levels, temperature, how much alcohol has been consumed, and other substances ingested that day. It's an experience that happens to every man at some point in their lifetime. However, society doesn't often talk about the variability of a man's erection, which can make the first time it happens very stressful. Following that initial stress, a man becomes anxious about the next time he has sex. Instead of enjoying the moment, his mind becomes consumed with the thought of whether he'll be able to get and maintain an erection. This creates a vicious cycle. The anxiety leads to a performance that falls short of expectations, which in turn leads to even more anxiety the next time, perpetuating the cycle. Although it is uncommon for 24-year-olds to have an organic erectile dysfunction, it's interesting to note that in a study of men under 40 who had erectile dysfunction, 87% of them had a medical issue causing their ED. This is why it's vital to get evaluated by a doctor, even if you believe the cause is psychological. Having issues with erections can sometimes be a warning sign of future cardiovascular or heart disease because blood flow to the penis is through smaller arteries than the blood flow to the heart. Therefore, issues with the penis are often a signal of bigger problems to come and are likely to appear before any heart-related symptoms. With that in mind, what can a man do to address this issue? Therapeutic approaches and medical interventions a specialist's help can be incredibly beneficial for individuals struggling with psychogenic erectile dysfunction. Seeking the help of a psychologist with expertise in this area, or a sex therapist, is a crucial first step. They can help men deal with the stress and anxiety surrounding sex. This is a very important part of the healing process. For those in a communicative and comfortable relationship with their partner, another helpful strategy is to take penetration off the table for a short time. This means that at the beginning of a sexual encounter, a couple can explore each other's erogenous zones through touch and other sensual activities without genital stimulation. This allows a man to focus on the feelings and sensations rather than worrying about his erection. As he starts to feel more comfortable, he can gradually move to genital touching and eventually return to penetrative sex. This process can help build confidence and reframe the sexual experience. A man can also talk to his primary care doctor or urologist about trying medications to help with erections. Medications like sildenafil Viagra, tadalafil Cialis, or vardenafil Levitra make it easier to get and maintain an erection, though they still require sexual stimulation to work. These medications can be very helpful as a short-term tool to help a man regain his confidence. While he addresses the underlying issues, they can provide a safety net, allowing him to enjoy sex without the constant fear of failure. These are just a few strategies, and it's highly recommended to watch a full video on psychogenic erectile dysfunction for a more comprehensive understanding. What about another common question? Though, is it possible to make a penis bigger? Pornography and penis size. Separating fact from fiction, this next question comes from a Supercast member and has been rephrased for clarity. He asks about the performers in the adult industry and whether they are born with larger than average penises, or if they use some sort of enhancement, surgery, or other techniques. He wants to know what medical professionals think about this. It's important to realize that adult film performers are often chosen because they possess certain anatomical features. To give a sense of scale, the average penis length worldwide is about 5.4 inches, and 99.7% of men will have a penis smaller than 7.5 inches. This provides a realistic benchmark for what is considered average. In the adult industry, camera tricks and angles are often used to make penises appear larger than they are. While these performers don't typically undergo surgery to enhance length or girth, some men outside the industry may use fillers to enhance girth or traction devices to a small degree to maximize length. Performers also often use medications to maintain erections for long periods of time. These include oral medications like sildenafil, tadalafil, or vardenafil, or even intracavernosal injections where medication is injected directly into the penis to increase blood flow for a quick erection. Some men may even have an inflatable penile prosthesis inserted, which is a treatment for erectile dysfunction that also has the bonus of allowing for an erection as long as desired, though it does not make the penis longer. The reality is that the adult industry is not a true representation of sex. It is meant to entertain and shock, and is not a surrogate for sex education or a standard for comparison. Comparing yourself to what you see in pornography can lead to a lot of anxiety and self-esteem issues because these performers are not average people. For those who want to learn more about penis enhancement, there are a number of resources available, including previous videos on traction and vacuum pumps. But what about another common urological concern, a split urine stream? When a stream becomes a spray, the causes of a split or deviated stream. A third question comes from a viewer with the initials GV, who asks why his urine sometimes splits into two streams when he pees real hard. This is a common question, with many people asking why their stream goes to the right, to the left, or all over the place. A split or deviated stream is often caused by a blockage in the urethra, the tube where urine comes out. Think of it like a garden hose. If there's no blockage, the water comes out strong and straight. But if you put your finger over the end, the spray goes all over the place. Blockages can be caused by a few different things. Most commonly in men, it's an enlarged prostate, which puts some pressure on the urethra, obstructing the flow of urine. In less common cases, it can be a narrowing in the urethra itself, also known as a urethral stricture. If you're experiencing a weak stream, a split stream, or if you have to strain or push to urinate, or if it takes you a long time to start, or if your stream stops and starts, it's really important to see a urologist for an evaluation. There are many great treatment options available for both of these issues. Another common cause of a split stream is residual semen left in the urethra after ejaculation. This can act as a blockage, causing the stream to split the first few times you urinate after sex. This is very common and usually not a cause for concern. If a split stream is the only thing bothering you and everything else in your life is great, it's still worth seeing a doctor for, but there are ways to manage it. For example, sitting to pee, which is common in Germany but less so in the United States, can make it easier to manage the stream and maintain a good quality of life. For those who want to hear the rest of the Q&A episode, they can become a premium member on the podcast's website. A premium membership provides early access to episodes, ad-free listening, and transcripts, and allows you to submit questions to be featured in future episodes. As always, remember to take care of yourself because you're worth it.